So I'm editing the video and I noticed one thing that I want to address. So this channel is a diary, is my diary for learning music and stuff. But one day someone will watch these videos. Someone will, other than me, someone will watch these videos and try to take something away from them. And there's a lot of gear talk in this video, and I'm trying to be relatable. I'm trying to be relatable to like the new learners, like the people who started learning something and then want to become good at it. But at the same time, I feel like there's going to be a disconnect of like, oh, he has all this gear, what the heck, he's not even like starting at bass, like he's not totally not a starter, like he has like a bazillion stuff. That's just not what it is. I am bad. I'm just buying toys because I can. I'm buying this gear because I feel like it's a better investment of buying something expensive when I can, rather than buying something cheap to buy something more expensive later. It's like I'm spending money now so that I don't spend as much later because I can do it. Some people can't do that and they have to first spend little, then spend a lot. I can, and I just jump the step. That being said, my skills are still doo-doo. Like they're not where I want them to be, and I want this to be the lesson, the motivation here is that everybody, including myself, a 21-year-old programmer, can get better at this. I mean, we're gonna see whether we can or not, but that's the goal. All right, so let's just get to the video. Hey, it's next week, and this time I'm actually recording a video other than being a voiceover, so we're making progress. Now, the first thing that I want to say, we got a new strap. We got a new strap for the bass. This is a Fender 2-inch strap. Now, why did I get the new strap? Is mostly because this is a new period in the bass playing. At least I like to think about it that way. This is all like very, like, sentimental. This is very sentimental. Who cares? But I care. I just think, okay, well, how do we signify, how do we make it a little more romantic than just like, I started learning at in October. I just thought a good way would be like, this is the old era, this is my old strap. Put a label here. Hit myself in the eye. So, but this is the new strap. This is the cool strap. I like how it looks. It's very cool. I like it. And I bought it. And now this is the new strap. It's the new era strap. The new strap with new bass. Because like, oh, I could just get a new bass. But my bass is legit. I love my bass. Look at the strap. This is my Klul Custom. It's an M5V. Why would I get a new bass? This is legit. I love how it sounds. I'll probably get a new bass anyways. So like a 6-string or something, just because it's more fun. Not more fun, just because it's more fun to have more instruments. I still love this bass big time. I'll swap the pickups though, because these pickups are single coil and they buzz if I do the tone mixing. Yeah, that's the first update. And I already practiced for like 3 hours today. More like I was at the practice playing bass for 3 hours, but it was a lot of fun. I was trying to focus on my technique because I already know the songs. So I was mostly focused on muting and left hand technique, like left hand ergonomics in particular, rather than left hand technique, just so that I don't have the strain. And I still have the strain. Is like by the end of the practice, it still started like I started feeling something. So I was like, okay, this is time to slow down. I've been jazzing too much. So yeah, that's Monday. Actually, that's Wednesday, because I don't know when I record things, and it's usually night because it's winter. Whatever.
And if you're changing technique or you want to experiment with a different technique, remember that this does take time. To get this muting technique, for me, it probably took around 2 months' time, about 3 months' time for it to really feel comfortable.
Bruh, you heard it right there. This is supposed to take 2 months or 3 months to get the muting technique together, and I am switching from no technique or some weird crap that I made up to whatever this technique here that I like, to this muting technique. So it's supposed to take 2 to 3 months. So mark my words, this is gonna take 3 months or 2 months. So I'm gonna check back with you about this in January, or like whenever the heck it's gonna be. 3 months, yeah, it's the end of January. That should be it. I should have it pretty much down, and I'm practicing practically every day, so it's sounds like a reasonable number. But 2 months is 2 months. That's not 15 days or 2 weeks or whatever. My current muting technique pretty much means, like, this is all I do. I put my finger in between the B and the E, and that's how I play. So if I go up, usually my finger hits the A string, and there is practically never that I have to go like up here, at least practically. Like, I never do that on stage because I don't play music like that. So if I was up here and playing the 4th string, then I could easily hold my finger here, and that would be the muting part, right? But when I play up here, I can't leave the space because my B is going to start ringing. So now I have to practice the muting technique where I slide up and down and have some sort of the way Scott does it. There's also the Jaco way, or like whatever classical way of doing it, is that you hold your pinky and ring finger on these strings, and then you would mute them while playing up here, right? Like, so you hold your fingers up here, right? So you have these 3 strings handled, like these 3, right? The A, B, and C. Now, to avoid the cheap out that I keep doing, which is playing like this, and then just going back down, playing something on my E string, and then going back up, and then I have my stuff back in order. Now, to avoid cheaping out, we're buying a 6-string bass. We're buying a 6-string bass tomorrow, most likely. I actually just needed the excuse to buy a 6-string bass. TRB Yamaha 6-string is like whatever, $100 right now on the bass shop, and that's pretty cheap for a 6-string good guitar. So we're balling. That's pretty much exactly what happened. I got a 6-string bass. It's a Kiesel 6-string. It's a custom from the bass shop Seattle, and I love it. Basically, yeah, I will be using this bass as a way to learn the muting part of things, since that's what I'm taking care of in the Scott's bass lessons right now. And I feel like the 6-string is basically as hard as it gets in terms of muting. Like, it's not a 4-string. You have 6 strings to take care of, and you have to pay attention to. And once I develop that muscle memory to mute it on 6 strings, I think it will transfer to the easier amount of strings, which is 5 and 4. Not that it's easier to play bass on 5 and 4 strings. It's still a sophisticated instrument. It's just that on 6 strings, it's technically difficult for right hand. And yeah, I love how it sounds. I wanted to buy it and I bought it. I'm still keeping my lull, as I already said. But another thing is that the strap has come back, since I didn't actually buy the strap for this thing when I bought the bass, and it kind of matches the bass. So I'm happy. I'm happy about it. And also, as you can see, my, like, when I play, I still have this like little crap thing that I'm trying to get rid of. But every time I'm intentionally trying to get rid of this thing, I end up doing the worst part even, since then it squeezes this. So I don't, it's still a work in progress, this whole deal with straight wrist. I still try to figure it out. I know Adam Neely has a video about it. I'll try to incorporate that as well. He has a little bit of like, yeah, you're supposed to raise your hand like this, and then yeah, it's natural position. But at the same time, you're not really supposed to bend it. And if anything, the further the bass is from you, the easier it is for your fingers to do this. There's a bunch of stuff that I don't know, and I have to rewatch that video and try to do something about it. But that's, I think the preparation week is over. It's technique practice time. There's no more technical stuff in the way. No more. Everything has been prepared. All the courses have been bought. All the stuff has been prepared. I can now do stuff. And this bass is already set up, except for like the B string. It rings a little bit, but everything else is set up. So I'm gonna be using this bass. But for the most part, I will be on and off of both basses. That way it's a little, I don't know if that's good or bad, but I'm gonna do it until I find out that it's bad, okay? That's about it.